feel like we've gotten a lot of recitations of Lakshman in this morning. This past couple of days, Just want to make sure you guys are keeping up your recitations, because here at Rama Institute, we're here for you. Okay, bring the palms together, please. We were somewhere new, and I was trying to explain to the people there, because this was playing, and they were all just sitting in the room, just staring at the stage, waiting for me. And when I got on the stage, I said, "This mantra." It's a powerful mantra, and it translates to, it's poetic. It's poetic. So these are, broad stroke translations, but it translates to something like, Guru Jagat isn't here yet. And they were just like, no laugh, no love, nothing. Like here at the MT Rama Institute, Hari Lakshmi is laughing because she's a nice person. And good news is, I think my jokes are funny and I don't really need anyone to laugh. I have me and me, you know what I mean? It's really working out for our empty room, is because I am my own laugh track, I'm a cheap date, you know what I mean? Bring the palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Inhale. Angure name Jagat, Angure name Sat, Gure name Siddhi, Gurudev name Angure name Jagat, Gure name Sat, Gure name Siddhi, Gurudev name Angure name Jagat, Gure name Sat, Gure name Siddhi, Gurudev name. Okay, here we are. Stardate, April 11th, 2020. Okay, we're here. So we are. I want to work with something very important. We've been working with this a little bit with since this full moon, And just in general, this week we've been working with our intuitive faculty. Well, I want to talk about the other side of your intuition, because your intuition, it's a faculty that doesn't have, it's not always love and light, as nothing is, because we live on a polarity planet. So one thing that, if you're going to cultivate the spectrum of energy that's available to you, which is your opportunity as a human and as a yogi, that you can cultivate the whole spectrum of experience and emotions that are available to you as a human, which is, it's very unique to be a human. We have a lot of spectrum of emotion and experience here. So it's very unique and beautiful, and because of that, it's very coveted to have and experience the human incarnation. So one of the things that we've been working with is the resistance, which scrolling endlessly. I don't know about you, but when it shows me what my screen time is right now, it's basically 4 hours a day, because I just fall asleep with the thing on my face, which is scary, because it hurts when it hits your face, but then you just pass back out, just right here. So when the sadhana alarm goes off, no excuses. But so 24 hours screen time, that's what we're here for. And so the endless scrolling of your spiritual experience here on planet Earth, it's my new poetry book. So the thing, I was seeing something, one of these new age threads, and on Reality Riffing, we're talking a lot about kind of some alternative perspectives on what's going on here on planet Earth, and the time and space, and what we can show up for the opportunities, and just looking at things a little bit differently than maybe we've been culturally or otherwise assigned or programmed to do by our parents and the culture and the mores and our own limiting beliefs, and then of course the other kind of agendas, hypnotic agendas here on planet Earth, to just keep us sleeping and scrolling and eating and depressed. Not a great way to spend this human incarnation. We want to try. There is another opportunity, and we're here for it, and I know you are too. So I'm scrolling and I see something, one of these kind of ascension posts. And it's kind of basically saying resistance to your ascension is futile and destructive. I mean, it didn't use the word destructive, but it was a little bit of like a Terminator. Resistance is futile, but talking about do not resist. This is what it said: do not resist your ascension. And it's one of these kind of Pleiadian galactic federation kind of things. And one thing I notice the moment that I'm told not to resist is what do you do here on planet? You resist. And not only do you resist, but you start to neuroticize about your resistance. Like, why am I resisting? I don't want to resist. Okay, let go. I'm not resisting. I'm resisting. Why am I still resisting? I mean, it just literally, and this is one of the things about the power of language, and this is why mantra is different than affirmation. When we say an affirmation, what we're doing is we're activating the polarity. And if you don't understand the polarity planet, then all this kind of basic 101 spiritual and manifestation mantra affirmations, they become something that are activating the polarity, which is totally fine because there's energy on both spectrums. But if you don't understand what to do with that polarity, then it's going to become something that is unmanageable for you, or you're not going to get what you wanted, quote unquote. Wait a second, I was affirming this, but this is what I'm getting over here. It's just a misunderstanding, and also it's part of being a young soul, not understanding the human experience and planet Earth, which we're all learning. We're bumbling through this together, aren't we? And so there's no problem with that, but that's why we're here at Hogwarts this morning, star date April 11th, 2020, to learn about this stuff so that we can understand how this works. So the moment that I'm told not to resist, I mean, it's not even finished. The sentence is not even finished, and I'm what am I doing? I'm resisting. I just can't not resist because it's activated the polarity. So part of what I'd like to work with today is that your resistance is an assistance to you. It's a very juicy and powerful place that you can cultivate. And we could put it in a lot of different words, but I thought that was good because it rhymes. That your resistance is an assistance to you and to your progression, which is a spiral, not a straight line. And that's why sometimes we think, oh, I thought I got through this. I can't believe this is coming up again. Well, it's not a straight line. It's a spiral. So there's gradient quantum leaps of you may be in that same place in the spiral where that particular coordinate of trauma or fear or a certain behavior or a certain kind of aversion to something, you're dug in about something. This is part of being human. You're maybe right. You're in the center of that, and you may be finding yourself here as these days get long and weary. That you're in resistance to being productive, or not being productive, or doing something you have to do, or being just all of the things that are here for us right now, and maybe something's coming up that you thought you were over. Well, this is a spiral, so you get back to the coordinate, the vertical coordinate of where that trauma or that fear or that pattern was created, and it's coming up again, but you're on a whole nother level of it. You've made a quantum leap vertically because it's a spiral. So it's not that you haven't gotten over it, or that, oh, here this thing is again. I thought I went to therapy, or I thought this wasn't happening anymore, and here it is again. It's another leap into a higher frequency where another amount of energy can be released in that coordinate, because every coordinate of the pattern of our pain, our trauma, our limiting belief systems, and the like, every coordinate of that pattern, there's a lot of energy in it. So in your resistance, or your dug in, or your aversion, or your avoidance, everybody has a different kind of version of this side of the polarity. There's a massive amount of energy there. So your job is, how do you free it? How do you cultivate it? How do you open it? How do you invite it? How do you integrate it? How do you, using Jungian terms, individuate it? How does it become something that you can utilize? That's the quest that you're on. That's what it means to be a spiritual practitioner, that whatever's happening, it's workable. And that's a standard and very fundamental teaching of true spiritual journey, is that whatever's happening, it's workable. And so you have to kind of figure out how to release the energy of whatever you're kind of resisting. And it's a very powerful thing. Now, one of the teachings that is a little bit of a double negative, and it might get you, it might be a little, it's a riddle, it's a puzzle, but it's actually very, very specific and simple, which is that the resistance, you have to find a way for the resistance to eat itself. So if you resist against the resistance, then, and that's what you're resisting the resistance, then there's a way, just like in martial arts, to allow the resistance against resistance to actually become a softening or an opening, or an experience of allowing rather than resisting. It's the double negative. And the same thing with your self-destructive behaviors. You can take the self-destructive energy or the destructive energy, which there's nothing wrong with that energy. It's just as powerful as the constructive energy. What's wrong with it is we've not been trained to handle it, open it, utilize it, and allow for it to be something that is healing rather than becoming more destructive. So there's ways that you use this double negative. So Yogi Bhajan said you allow the destructiveness, the self-destructiveness, to eat itself, because it's hungry. It needs to eat something. So if you know what you're doing in the aikido of your emotional spectrum or your limiting belief patterns, your habit patterns, your thought patterns, which the whole reason we do these kriyas and meditations is you know what you're doing. You have some understanding of the parapsychological moving thought form, and it's moving, and you're moving. Therefore, you have to have agility, and that's what the physical kriyas and the mental kriyas are for, because it gives you an agility to know, okay, am I going to the side here so it goes by me, or am I holding it so it hits me and I'm allowing that energy to hit me and give me something? Is that the way that I'm going to get the most energy? Is it, and it's going to be different every time. So therefore, you have to have agility. You have to have flexibility. So it's not about your hamstring being flexible. It's about the whole mind-body system having the training for the flexibility so that in each moment that you have an opportunity to cultivate energy, which is what you're doing. Can I get more energy from this moment? Can I get more energy from the next moment? That's what you're doing. You're looking for more energy. So with agility and flexibility of the mind-body system, the 10 bodies, the chakras, this is why we're moving that energy, so you have that, we're training, so that in the moment you have the resistance come up, you intuitively, not cognitively, it's precognitive, you know what is the stance, the posture, the kriya, the asana, that needs to be kind of taken in order to cultivate the most energy from that particular opportunity. And that's what we're training for here. So we're going to work a little bit on this today. And then we have our Easter extravaganza tomorrow. And as I was telling the women on the call this morning, my mother is Jewish, and she became a Jew for Jesus in the 80s along with Bob Dylan. A fun fact, when I was in the church, she was getting baptized or whatever, early childhood memories. She passed out, and then she was talking in tongues for a while. Just a regular day in my childhood. So then after that, she could speak in tongues. So, cool. And so I was like, what? I don't know what's going on with this Jesus thing, but this is weird. There's a lot of cultivation of Christ energy and Christ consciousness on the planet right now, which is part of what the Christ as the yogi coming to planet Earth. That's the pattern, as all of these great masters have set a certain pattern of love, a certain pattern, a certain frequency of consciousness. So that is very available to us in this kind of window right now. So we're going to do some special practices tomorrow with the quantum egg. The quantum, what am I calling it? It's a good name. Quantum cosmic egg, yes, the quantum cosmic egg, which is a fancy way of saying the Christ consciousness, the Easter energy. Okay, so that's our plan. Let's sit up very tall. Here, this is the index and the middle finger. We'll sit up tall, and you're just going to open and close the fingers, close the eyes, and start to focus on the planets of Jupiter and Saturn coming together and moving apart.
Light.
Widen tight with the fingers. Oh, mouth breath. Inhale. Squeeze the muscle fiber. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Roll the shoulders, the jaw, and the neck. Now, fingers into the pads of the palms, thumbs on the temples. Squeeze the molars, the back molars, and vibrate the sounds sa, ta, na, ma. Start with the feet together. So it's like a butterfly pose is what we call it. Feet together, soles of feet together, knees apart. You're gonna grasp the feet with the hands, and then you'll flex forward and flex back. So it's a spinal flex with the feet and legs and butterfly. Deep breath, inhale forward, exhale back. Sit up as tall as you can. Breathe into the third eye point. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Listen to your breath. Go a little faster. Now inhale, center, pull the mula bandha, pull the spine up, squeeze, and exhale. Okay, now we're gonna come to the stomach, please. You're going to inhale into the Cobra. That's the inhale. And then exhale, you're going to tuck the toes, press up to front platform position. That's exhale. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, front platform. deeper breath. Inhale and exhale powerfully. Now inhale, Cobra. Hold the Mula Bandha. Squeeze. And exhale and lower down, all the way down. Relax. Come into the crow squat, but the good news is you stay there. So come into crow squat. Crow squat, the feet need to be, hip width or more apart. Your heels are on the ground or not, depending on your flexibility. And then your hands are going to come around the knees. So you're kind of hugging yourself. Wrap around, and then the fingers interlock there. Begin breath of fire. Equal inhale and exhale through the nose. This is a great example of a mantra that has English in it, and it has a very specific pattern that goes deeper into the parapsychological moving thought form than just an affirmation. Powerful breath of fire, and you can always do long deep breath here if you're pregnant or on your cycle if you're a woman. One of the yogic fundamentals around having the ability to work with whatever's here is the aponic skill set. It's called the apana. And it requires a balance in the lower chakras, which is what we're doing right now. Requires the power of your own breath, which you're working on with breath of fire. Equal inhale and exhale through the nose. Now inhale. Pull Mula Bandha, rectum, sex organs, navel, squeeze. Feel very grounded. Feel your feet. Feel the crown of your head. And exhale. And come into your back. Okay, good. Now the hands are next to the body. palms face down. Inhale, legs to 90 degrees, and exhale them down. So you're going to inhale legs to 90 degrees and then exhale down. Powerful breath here. Inhale. And exhale, put the knees to the chest. Rock and roll, come onto your belly. Come all the way up and over onto the belly. You're going to interlace the hands behind the low back and stretch the heart open, stretch the legs up off the ground, the chest up off the ground. Breath of fire. Inhale, stretch up. Squeeze Mulabandha, stretch the heart. And exhale. And quickly come onto your back. Palms next to your body and up. Relax as much as you can. It's a hypnotic state, self-relaxation. Corpse pose. Inhale, knees to the chest. Now rock and roll. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, rock forward. Distribute the energy all through the spine, please. And you're going to come all the way up, all the way back. So roll on your back. Bring the legs now all the way up to shoulder stand. Or you can go through the plow pose. Bring the legs all the way up. Support the low back. And take a deep inhale. Chin moves slightly away from the chest. Exhale. And begin breath of fire here.
Longing
And then exhale, you're gonna slowly bring the legs behind you. If you can, rest the top of the toes on the floor. The legs are straight into the plow pose. Long, deep breath. Now inhale and exhale, slowly rolling vertebra by vertebra down, 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 down. Draw the knees to the chest and rock and roll. We're going to come all the way up. And come up, and you're going to sit, if you can, between your heels. If you can't, then you can always sit on your heels. And then, of course, this is Kundalini Yoga, so any way you can sit in a chair doing this. That's what's so great about it. Okay, so, but if you want to practice the celibate pose here, that is the prescribed. Okay, that's between the heels. Then your knees are going to be a little wider, and you're sitting between the heels. This is the index finger steepled, left thumb over right for fem identifying, right thumb over left for anyone else. Stretch up. You're going to say sut and pull the navel in, nam, and release. Take a deep inhale. Sut, nam, sut, nam, sut, nam. Sit, num, 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 sit, num. Sit, num, 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 sit, num. Sit, num, 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 sit, num. Inhale. Now squeeze the muscles tight from the butt all the way up the top of the skull, out the fingertips, spiral it, squeeze, really stretch, and exhale, and come onto your back and let that energy just move into the body. Now stretch the arms away from the feet. Stretch the body, really deep stretch. Palms together, soles of the feet together. And rub them together. Then inhale the knees to the chest. And exhale, just rock all the way up, please. Okay, so these are a split between the middle and the ring finger, and then the thumb is very far separate. Some of you will recognize this mudra. Here is this, and some of you won't. It's too bad for you. You know, that's okay. We're gonna teach it to you here. If you didn't watch Mork and Mindy as a child, you know, it's a handicap, but you're gonna get through it. Okay, here you are. You're gonna sit up like this, and you're going to bring the shoulder blades together in the back as much as you can. So you're really kind of pulling the shoulders together. The heart is opening, the chin is tucking. So it's very active, okay? Now gracefully, with a rhythm, inhale 10 parts of an inhale, segments. Now you're gonna hold the breath and mentally chant to yourself, Ad, Such, Jugad, Such, Hebi, Such, Nanika, Hosi, Be, Such. Exhale 10. Hold out, Ad, Such, Jugad, Such, Hebi, Such, Nanika, Hosi, Be, Such. And then again, inhale. Hold mentally, Ad, Such, Jugad, Such, Hebi, Such, Nanika, Hosi, Be, Such. Exhale 10. Hold out, Ad, Such, Jugad, Such, Hebi, Such, Nanika, Hosi, Be, Such. And back in. And keep going, please. And exhale. And bring the palms together, please. That meditation gives you the power to carry yourself through a confined situation where you feel resistance or confinement to a very unconfined situation, so that you may know that beyond your world there is another world, and you may start searching for that world. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Okay, all day tomorrow, streaming live. We'll have a complimentary day of programming on Rama TV on our open channel for you to practice with us. Bless you guys. Sanam.
Jagat,